What is going on, beautiful guardians of the internet? It is Mesa Sean back at it with some Destiny news, and man, I am just bursting with fruit flavor right now. We only got a few more days left, guys, so let's jump into it. Gameplay in the background is from IGN. Link will be in the description. Twilight Gap, Earth, PvP, Crucible. So, some news on my end first. First off, thank you guys for your support recently. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers, and that still just blows me away. And just hit over 300,000 views. I thought I was maybe going to hit 200 by the end of the year, but to hit that quickly, guys, I love you all truly. Also, this weekend, I got a couple more live comms left over from beta, but more importantly, I got two videos that are I need your involvement in. One is going to be a community playlist video that I want to basically put together videos, or put together a playlist, because I'm certainly not big enough to have a separate channel, where it's all your videos. Whether you're a serious YouTuber and want some more exposure, or you're just someone that loves doing montages, or you just happen to get some killer beast clip or some really funny moments that you want to show off. And I also will have my Road to Blade Dancer Episode 1 up before launch. And again, I need your help with that, guys, because you're going to help me evolve it. I've never done a Road to anything. So this is basically going to be something you guys are going to help me as I help you guys. What do you want to see? What don't you want to see? What do you want me to go over? And it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So the first episode is basically going to be covering my thought process in kind of the research I did as to what I want to focus on first in terms of abilities and kind of a build. And I really need your feedback in terms of what you plan on doing with your hunters when you get into the game. So, but whatever, you guys will see that video up before Monday. Well, let's jump into the official news. So on September 16th, considering you are level 25, you can go into the Vault of Glass. Or you know what, if I did it in my New York accent, I would say, hey, on the 16th, we're going to break into the Vault of Glass. Hey, we're going to slay some vandals or whatever you call them, and yeah, like a glove, like a schlemiel. Now, will I be level 25 by the 16th? I don't know. We still don't know how decelerated the leveling will be compared to the accelerated leveling in beta, but who knows. So anyway, this news all comes from Bungie.net. Link will be in the description. And the first thing we want to do once we get in, and days are counting here, we want to definitely go to the tower first and check in with a few people, because we should have some emblems waiting for us, depending on our beta experience and other things, whatever. But it talks about go to the Postmaster kiosk first, see what they've got over there for you. And then also, we want to go see Tess. If you don't recall her, she's the lady in the tower who deals with special rewards, special orders, and, of course, special emblems. So just some of the emblems that it shows in the thing is like registered on Bungie.net prior to 2013, played at least 4 of the last 6 Bungie games, participated in the Alpha Loopy experience, and so on. So definitely go check them out. We should have some emblems waiting for us. So then there's a little bit of a Q&A with Luke Smith and Tyson Green. They're Bungie designers, and they're going to give us some insights to more in the game, but also leave us with some questions that they want us to answer on our own, of course. So there's been a lot of chatter about, well, what's the end of the game? How do you finish it? And they're very vague on it. And once again, I like it, and I'm tweaked by that, because it's not your typical just go in and there's a linear storyline that you complete and then you call it a day. I'm just going to read a few excerpts here, but you know, basically it's he says each player's goal is to gear up, become more powerful, and face even greater challenges for a chance at the most powerful and awe-inspiring rewards Destiny has to offer. Our goal is to curate a living world with activities for every mood, whether you're craving high-intensity, cooperative gameplay, shooting other players in the face in a variety of modes, or scouring the planets for precious resources and hunting for public events. We want Destiny to meet whatever mood you're in. So granted, that's vague, but what I like about it is that this is not a linear game. It's not lateral. It's all over the place, and that's what keeps someone like Shawnee, as again I always say, the attention span of an angry mosquito, keeps me occupied, and I love it. And it goes back to what I always say: I can never play story campaign modes. I just get bored with the cutscenes, and I don't know. I think this is great. So it also talks about, well, what happens, what can we expect after level 20? So we kind of covered some of this in my Modes of Light and Light video, which I will annotate on your screen right now. But we haven't talked about this yet because I don't know much about it. Is factions, okay? And once we're past level 20 and we're finally able to unlock some really killer gear, the legendary purple gear, we could choose from 3 different factions. It's going to be the New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, and the Future War Cult. And that's going to be in both I believe PvP and PvE. I don't know much about it. If you guys know some more, please leave that in the comments. But that's something I will definitely be covering as I go through this game. Remember, guys, I'm learning along with all you guys. Shawnee's not the expert, but we will all become experts together, okay? But I am going to read this word for word because it's better than me trying to paraphrase it. But so, which faction you champion is related to what kind of build you're focusing on. If you're a warlock looking to focus on discipline and strength, you'll be looking at the Dead Orbit legendary set and coveting it. If you're looking for a great legendary hand cannon, you might champion the Vanguard, or maybe the future War Cult, depending on which piece tempts you the most. Now, it also says, additionally, post-level 20 players will unlock the heroic mode progressions for daily heroic story chapters and weekly heroic strikes. I have no idea what that all means, but we'll find out soon enough. Then he goes into, for example, in the weekly heroic strikes, there are 3 recommended light levels, and the first one, 22, would feature 2 modifiers. I don't know, that's a foreign language to me right now, but again, we will learn this all, and as you guys find out, you will tell me, and as I find out, I will tell you all. But we do get some clarification on these heroic strikes, and again, not to paraphrase, because I will lose you and I'll lose myself. So let me just read it. A weekly rotation of very challenging heroic strikes use high-level enemies and global modifiers to create challenges that require skill, gear, sometimes creative character builds. Now, let's talk about modifiers. So, modifiers are one of the ways that they tweak content they've already built. The first modifier is called heroic. Heroic leverages the more difficult version of the encounters, but the second modifier is where it really starts to challenge us as players. And they give an example. It says take a modifier like Arc Burn, which increases all damage dealt by arc damage by 300%. So, it says if you're a Blade Dancer Hunter, you're about to be an even more destructive force, and everyone else on your fire team is going to be scrambling for arc weapons. However, if your enemies you're facing also have arc weapons, they're going to cut you all like paper. So, with this all being said, this sounds really cool, but I'm not really too concerned with it right now because I'm just going to be focusing on trying to level up my characters. This is really all stuff that's kind of past level 20 or in high-level second subclass situations, so don't get too concerned with it just now, guys. Now, they talk also about bounties again. If you're not already familiar with those, hopefully you were. I mean, I think everyone I played with pretty much was familiar with them. You go pick up a variety of bounties. It could be a certain number of headshots, win a certain number of Crucible matches, etc. But they basically say that post-level 20, it's going to be extremely important for us because we're going to be really needing this extra XP as much as possible when it comes to completing that first subclass, making it to the second one. So the bounties that are on a daily and weekly basis are going to be very, very important post-level 20. Now we know that the Iron Banner will be back in the final version, and this time it will be longer, thank God. And then when asked, what about, are there going to be some other events in the game, he simply says, yeah, there are, but he's not telling us. And again, I love the vagueness. You know, Bungie is not holding our hands. I love that because, I mean, the whole fun in this game is trying to discover it all and building a community around this, because we're not going to be able to pull open some manual that we bought at GameStop that, you know, walks us through everything, or at least I don't think we will be, but, you know, that builds more community because we're going to have to talk to each other. Hey, do you know where this thing is? And, oh, you know, there's a loot crate underneath that one pillar over there. So, really cool stuff. Okay, next thing they talk about is the high-level weapons, armor, abilities, and how they're going to change the overall experience in the sandbox. Now, I'm not going to go through this. Again, guys, it's linked below, so please go read it and check it out. But basically, we're going to have to put some serious thought into our builds. And we're almost, this is a dumb joke, but I'm going to do it anyway. You're basically going to almost need a slide rule and an abacus to figure out what we're going to build, what we're going to use in our build for particular raids or even PvP or Iron Banner or competitive events. Because if you think about it, okay, you have abilities, skill trees, you got to choose from there. Then they can marry themselves with certain pieces of armor that have other little types of whatever, skill trees or things you can upgrade and choose from. Then you've got weapons that also have different abilities to them. And basically, there's going to be a lot of figuring out as to combining the right armor with the right abilities, with the right class, with the right gun. And I love all this. I am never going to be bored with this game, and you won't either. And lastly, they just basically touch on how they will be having all eyes on us the first couple of weeks and continued out after, but particularly in the first 2 weeks because we're going to be teaching them. And you remember all those pictures of the command centers that looked like they were out of the movie War Games? And oh, gee, I just gave another age reference here because you kids, younglings, probably never heard of the movie War Games. Shawnee, stop it. All right, but they're going to be watching us and learning from us, which, again, how could you not like a company like that? Reminds me of Guerrilla Games, you know? They and I know a lot of the Killzone fanatics, you know, that I have friends with don't agree with all their decisions, but they revolve the game around us, and they make decisions based on us. And we may not all agree with them, but hey, listen, I like any company that's going to be proactive with us, because I'm not going to name names, and we all know companies that completely ignore us and cater to a small section of the excuse me, certain part of the community that gets $1 million to. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Few more days left. Stay tuned to this channel. Please subscribe if you have not already. Drop a like if you see fit. I got some more stuff, as I explained in the beginning, coming this weekend, so keep it locked in here. Destiny giveaway for the Ghost Edition or Limited Edition will occur on Tuesday. I will put that video up. I'm not going to be playing Destiny right away, because what I'm going to do is bike down to my GameStop that night, midnight, pick up the Limited Edition, unbox it, film all that. Then early in the morning, go right to Best Buy at 10 a.m., grab my Ghost Edition, and then unbox that, put it all in one video, and start the giveaway, and then just be on Destiny and have no life for the next couple of months. That is it for me, guys. I am out of here. You guys have a great day.